dear Locke, the little girl, Sarah, has taken us to meet her father, a very hospitable Nosferatu named August the Crane. He prepared delicious snacks for us and introduced me to an old online gaming friend of mine named Hendrix, or H for short. August tells us of the sordid history of the past and current kindred prince of Philadelphia. But is all as it seems with August? Can his honesty and hospitality be trusted? And why do I take such deep breaths while doing this, even though I'm typing and don't breathe? Perhaps we may never know.
If we're picking up from where we left off, you guys were having a conversation.
Where we left off was Elias hanging.
You guys, I want to pick up if there was anything else that you were going to say to each other. Did you slash the tires?
Yes, 100%. The tire is slashed. He made comments, tire gets slashed. He's got to understand there's a system.
It doesn't really bother me. I fix it immediately.
It's fine.
So are you guys going somewhere together?
No, I think we would wait there for the rest of them.
Gotcha.
I just wanted to have a little powwow with Dart first, because I had a feeling we were kind of on the same page with a lot of this.
Okay. And the two of you, what are you guys doing when you come out of the hole? We're talking about buttholes.
Thank you.
First, I smell like a poop. I'm really looking forward to this tournament.
I know, we need more players, though.
We got the four.
Who's the fourth?
The girl, the Sarah.
She's gonna kick our ass.
I don't, well, no, this is just called the training exercise. We get better, then we kick her ass.
Well, we have to do a montage first to get
We
better.
have the montage, and we don't, you don't cheat no more. And we go to get better.
Pong, 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 pong. Pong, pong, pong.
Atari.
Glad we were all on that page.
I'm gonna make that my ringtone. All right. So you guys are just
I think we're just
discussing
making our
the
way back.
intricacies of the Pong tournament.
Yeah, I didn't walk away with like a question in my head, I guess. I wasn't like, oh, I need to run things past. I guess I'm really just like pong, pong, pong.
That was the last one.
Super hopped up on Pong. So much Pong talk. All right. So you all, I guess, reconvene in
We are back at the van.
I don't remember your tire being flat like that.
I kind of expected it. He turned around. He gave me a toothy grin. I call him a big fat baby.
I'm literally standing right there.
I know. I look right at you.
That makes it so much better.
You know what?
What?
Dart is gonna stick his tongue out, do that thing where you kind of just like, all right, fine. He's gonna walk over to the van, one claw down the side.
Oh,
Fine.
shit.
I got the guy.
I look around for the guy.
Really expensive. No, he's not here. He's a really expensive though, so that one hurt. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. That's what the big fat baby would do.
Really? I thought the big fat baby would like smash a window or something.
No.
Dart looks back at the window.
But
Elias.
of the other car.
What are you doing?
I think at this point I've put like earbuds in, and I'm just standing there listening to music while they do whatever they're
Kind
doing.
of slow, eyes closed and bobbing.
Oh my God.
Anyway, yes, we fixed the tire, and then the tire is fixed.
I know this isn't D&D, but like I really want to go check out the flower field. You described it really well.
The rose garden?
Yeah, like
you
I
can
kind of
check out
want to
the
go
rose
there.
garden.
Yeah.
You can go check it out. So it's not far away. It's like, I don't know, like 200 feet away, It's not far. So it's just down this little tiny road that barely is a car's length width. It's paved, but it's very, very narrow. That's where you guys came in and where you're going to exit. So you just walk, and your kindred senses, Isaac, are heightened as it is, even when you're not jacking them up with some of your abilities, and you can just smell. Almost follow your nose, and you're just.
Yeah. I would like to
over.
try to look at them, and then if I can, I want to take one or two. I'm looking for them on the ground. I don't want to destroy if he's been growing. Like if one of them fell or that kind of thing. And if not, I won't take them. But like that would be the concept. I don't want to. They're beautiful, and he recognizes that.
Absolutely. All right. So yeah, you can do that. All right. 1 second.
It's like the second roll of the day.
I know. Isn't that wild? Sometimes
Yeah.
that's how it happens. Okay. So,
You die.
no, not at all. I was seeing if anybody there are
I bought that.
residences on the property, so I was seeing if anybody looked out and happened
Okay.
to see somebody down in the rose
Are they the
garden.
human residences?
So if anybody
I doubt they're human because there's like a fucking temple, a
no,
pyramid.
it's an actual. This is a real place.
Wait, what?
In Quakertown, this is all real. I didn't make any of this up. This is
Vampires and everything.
The vampire,
Oh, yeah.
that
Except
whole
for
conversation
the underground crypt, I don't know about, but everything else with the pyramids and it's all real. The rose garden is actually where they bury their dead. They don't use tombstones. I believe my understanding is they plant rose bushes above
Oh, nice.
the dead. So it's basically like you were attracted, which I found interesting, to the deadest place in the whole.
Nice. I'm
It's
okay with
alive,
that.
but
Yeah.
it's also dead because it's where the
Yeah.
dead are. So yeah,
Like a
and
cult compound?
the Rosicrucian order. It's an order of. I mean, it goes back a really long time. Some people would say it goes back to like the 1400s. Other people say that's bullshit. It was mostly made up until the 1800s when it became like an actual thing. But they're all over the place. They're peppered around the United States. But the ones in Quakertown are legit. I went to see them when I've scouted out most of these places that you guys go to. I've like gone and looked
awesome.
at them. The Quakertown place is weird. So if you ever want to go, it's definitely bizarre.
I mean,
It's all-
Quakertown's pretty fucked up, but what about this specific?
but this is
Road trip.
It's interesting because there's like the church of the Illumination or whatever. It's an actual like church.
That's cool. Now I want to go.
Related somehow, I think, to the Masons, but I don't know quite
Everything
how. Yeah,
Is it really a pyramid?
it's a pyramid. It's a 50-foot by 30-foot tall. It's big. This
I
is
know you
real.
could just get a pyramid. I want one.
And what's so weird
Can't
is,
handle a pyramid.
and why I wanted to talk about it, because I had to bring in my conspiracy theory stuff because I'm such a weirdo and I have to bring it into vampire. The inside of the pyramid, that's true. You go through this tiny little tunnel. There's this weird door, but you can see through the door, and through the door, there's that weird plaque where you're just like, what the fuck is the skull? And what the fuck does try mean? But there's like a weird marble little nothing, except for a couple things that are on the dollar bill. And then but what's so weird and what I don't understand and why I mentioned it specifically, the marble is screwed into place in this tiny little chamber in a 50-foot wide pyramid. Why is marble screwed into anything? Have you ever seen a monument? Have you ever seen a statue, even by shitty stonemasons, where they've screwed marble into something? No, because they're probably removable because there's something bigger behind it. So all these people theorize the inside is actually larger than it is. Why else would you have this huge stone pyramid with this tiny little?
Fucking TARDISes.
It's weird. So they're
our
saying
technology.
it's actually bigger. It might encompass the whole thing, but there might have been ritual space. There might have been all sorts of weird shit that people did like 100 and some years ago, and they're weird, trying to be
It's just a landfill.
yeah, just
That's where they
landfill.
keep the
But it's weird. Why would you screw marble? It doesn't. None of it makes any sense to me. I'm like, these
like
guys
that
are
crafts
related
do
to the Masons, and they're screwing marble in. Pfft, that's
I like
horrible.
that just shoddy
stonemasonry.
craftsmanship is
It
like where
is.
like that's the part that bothers you in
But
this whole thing.
it's a legit question
No,
because
yeah.
it doesn't make any sense. I've never seen it on any other monument, any
mean-
other government, anything ever.
Being
Church,
a person who
nothing.
fixes shit around the house, it's not stupid if it works. Is
Yeah.
kind of what the motto
But if
is.
you were a professional stonemason, that
But who's
does
at their
make-
Yeah, it
professionals?
seems like it would be a lot
It might have
of
been
work to
professionals who
make
built
screw
it.
holes.
But then it fell down, and someone just was like, "Oh fuck! I guess I got to fix this thing before the tourists come back the next day." Screw.
Yeah, but what if you just did it right the first time and you didn't use screws? You would have just placed them the way that people place marble. Anyway, I digress. But isn't that interesting? So it's a real place. If you ever people listening on the radio, if you ever want to see any of these places in Bucks County, they all exist, even the restaurants, even where you guys harassed and beat that poor bouncer and that poor woman.
Don't tell the cops.
Don't tell the cops. That did not happen, officer.
We're really recriminating.
Only in our minds.
We only murdered them in imagination.
Imagination. We really thought about killing them.
So you, Isaac, you were walking over to check out these roses. Any particular roses?
No, just want to admire them. Like you said, they were the way you described them is like glowing in the sun and the different colors and all that. Or not the sun, I guess, the moon.
not the sun. You'd be in trouble.
Oh, God.
But the moon. It's that crystal clear full moon summer night. So it's one of those. It's almost like daytime outside. It's so bright. So the white roses and the ones that are yellows or like blush apricot. They're also reflecting this moonlight so much that especially the white ones, they do have almost this almost eerie kind of like phosphorescent glow to some of them. It is quite beautiful for somebody that doesn't. When's the last time you as a kindred stopped to smell the roses?
Exactly, yeah.
But you can stand there and you appreciate the beauty.
Mm-hmm. That's all. It's just taking a moment.
Yeah. Are you there, Elias? Have you walked towards the rose garden out of curiosity?
Yeah. I mean, if Lewis is just fixing his tire and I see Isaac walking off, I'm.
What music are you listening to?
Broncho.
I don't know what that is.
It's another indie rock.
Okay.
He's in an indie rock mode right now.
Okay. All right.
If you come over with a
If
you come over with a Bluetooth speaker on, fuck you. I will murder you.
No, it's just earbuds.
If you wander over to see what Isaac is doing, give me a willpower. Check. I actually forget how to do that. Hold
Yeah,
on.
me too.
Let me look up.
Roll willpower.
I think you roll as many dice as you have in willpower.
Okay.
And I think for Toreadors, is it 8? Ben,
Yeah.
give me a self-control roll, difficulty 6. So however many dots you have in self-control, you roll that many dice and you have to get...
By the way, it's for me. It's just the way the moonlight is glistening off my bolo tie.
Oh, wow. Now that I'll roll against.
That'll roll again.
Actually, I
He wasn't
going
going to do it before, but
Honestly, yeah, based on the way you've described it, and since we're not doing anything else, and since he is listening to music that he enjoys, I think by default he fails.
Okay. All right. Give
Just
me a roll to see how
raging
bad
boner
you
as he
Okay.
walks towards me.
I don't think he was expecting it. Well, that's 2 successes and a 1.
Okay, so
Or
one success.
One success and
One
a
success
one, so
and a
0.
1.
Okay. So, Elias, your Toreador sensibilities, they're just like encoded in your DNA. You walk over to see what Isaac's doing, and then you kind of glance up from looking at your little iPad or iPhone, and this sight is just overwhelms you in every way. The smells, it all just like clicks for you. For a moment, you were just absolutely stunned by the beauty of the world, and you're just kind of moved to a point where like your breath catches in your throat.
What breath?
Touche.
And after a moment of just taking it all in, you can't even break yourself from gazing at all of this. You kind of snap yourself out of it and you kind of come back into yourself. But as much as Isaac are just enamored with the beauty of this place.
I think that we all should have left. I think we all left and he's just there.
Well, I was going to actually say if he was there staring for too long, Dart would have like sidewalked over and like literally physically removed him.
I would have since you passed technically,
Removed
but
him from the scene, but like, come on.
I honestly it wasn't he passed. So I made it so that you didn't actually fall under the spell, but it was so beautiful you were momentarily just like thunderstruck, but you were able to save yourself.
I had
from
nothing
it.
else going on
So
at the
less
time,
than
though, so I could take some time and appreciate it.
yeah,
What
but
did you think I meant by removed him? Killed him?
A couple of different options there, honestly.
remove his
It was just more
spine
of the
from his
like,
back.
why? Like, just why even bother him?
We're probably ready
'cause
to
they-
go.
Well,
the van's
sometimes
fixed.
they can get it. Sometimes they can get a trance for like a day. Toreadors can be fucked. Did you think he was stuck for a while? Is that what you meant?
That's what
Yeah,
I should say, Dart wouldn't know how long he was stuck, and he didn't want to get hit by sunlight, so he would have been like,
Come
"All right,
on,
save
you."
this on Toreador."
No, luckily this all.
This
was like
I
a-
totally got what you were like. Why bother?
What the fuck,
The
dude?
way he did
No,
that.
yeah, no.
Been there for 30 seconds. You're like, no flowers for you, fucker.
No. This could kill a Toreador, so that's why.
This was if it extended past 10 minutes, you were going to move him so he
Yes.
wasn't like Mannequin Elias. Got it. But no, it's just 30
You're
seconds.
going in the back of a van now.
I'm just obsessed with killing people in vans now.
Now, Elias, you have your 30 seconds of almost feeling almost human again before it kind of fades away.
Before
And
it's
everything
ripped away
kind
from
of
you.
I think
shades
we
in.
had a chat.
I
for a
changed
minute.
the
I
music.
feel like when you come out of it, I'd be like, it's pretty, right?
It's more than pretty, friends. This is one of the best sights I've seen in months.
I feel like we don't get out much, you know? You kind of fall into a rut.
I do not have the experience with the longevity that you do. It's still all exciting and new to me, but I do worry sometimes about what's the point in 200 years. Like,
Well, the point's the flowers. We're the thing under them eventually, like everything else in the world. And then a new comes again.
I appreciate your perspective. I hope there's a little bit more for me than that.
No,
But
just dirt.
That could be if that's as good as it gets. Then I'll take the roses.
That's it. You just got to enjoy the moment when you get it. But otherwise, it's dirt.
The evening, you guys still have a few hours of light, or before light, I should say. Is there anything that you would like to do before you go to ground, as they say?
I think I actually do take a flower and I give it to, is it Elias? I say the name's wrong.
Elias, yeah.
I think I do. And I take my little scalpel out and I take the little thorns off of it and I hand it to you and then I walk away. I don't say anything, that's it. And I just
What
walk
color is
away.
the flower that you give them?
What was it? Yellow, white, and pink?
Yellow. Those are the ones that glow the most brightly.
Then
There's
it's everyone.
red,
It's one
pink.
that glows because as much as we might bash on you, like I do remember what it was like to be new, and just trying to figure it all out.
A white rose with just the center, a hint of blush in the center. You see Isaac pluck, remove deftly with his practiced hands, and hand to you before he walks away.
Okay. You see his facade kind of shift a little bit, like he's surprised by it, but he's also kind of touched by it, and he's trying to figure out what he wants to do about it. He doesn't do anything; he just follows you.
All right. Anyone else? What are your plans for the
I
evening?
think when we get to the van, Elias would say, "So, it seems like the next move is to talk to Solomon, right? Is there anything else that we need to be doing?"
I would say that sounds like a good move.
It is the next natural place to investigate, I agree.
Being the time of night that it is, and the time that humans open their stores, I think we're done for the night, right?
I do believe if Solomon is a human being, he would probably be to sleep right now, yes.
Do you want to go to his house?
I mean, could we break into the store and poke around?
This is a valid question. I can get this in, no problem.
It seems like the kind of thing you would know, so I'd say yeah.
Yes, finally the brutishness comes in handy.
Is it? But we need to do it carefully so we can still come back in the morning as though nothing had happened.
Dart glances at the hood of the van for a moment and then just stops himself because he knows if he rips out the engine, it's just going to screw everybody over.
Shit, now I kind of want to see
I
that.
nod at you, not in an FU kind of way, but just kind of like we play.
He just rips off the hood. It
Now,
still drives.
I appreciate that suggestion, but I would like to point out that maybe, well, it's tricky because of the timing, but tossing the shop,
I don't want to
getting
toss
his
it.
emotions up, could give us an advantage talking to him later.
Waking him up in the middle of the night might give us an advantage now.
That's also a good point. Depends on if you want time to prepare for it or if we want to just go now and do it.
I would suggest we go to the store first because once he is awake, if we wake him up and then go to the store, well, two things. One, if we go
We
to
have
the
to-
store, we may find something that makes it so we don't have to bother with him.
That's a good point.
But also, if we wake him up, he may start having eyes on the store.
What if we? I say we go to the store and we let our tech guy bug it and go through the stuff while he's not there and see if we can glean anything. And then if we get information, and then talk to him the following night and see whether he lies to us or not.
I'm not a fan of tech, but this is a good idea.
I'm on board.
Yes.
How far away is New Hope?
So from Quakertown, I would say, oh God, I don't
Half
know,
an
maybe less than 20 minutes,
Yeah.
maybe. It's not
So
far.
we'd have enough time to get there.
Probably the
spend
last
an
thing we
hour
could
or
do
two,
tonight.
and then still get back to the.
You certainly could.
We can hunker in the van.
That sounds like a great idea for you.
You don't like the van?
The van is great.
I think.
Don't get me wrong. I just prefer my apartment.
Well, yes, I get that.
Yeah.
It's a worst the case scenario.
Yeah.
But yes.
It's good to have a backup.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
And just for Lauren, but
But I love it. Oh God, I love
I
it
don't
so
understand
much.
it. What?
it's
What we
from
do in the
What We Do in
Shadows.
Shadows. Whenever the vampires turn into bats, he shouts bats. and
Oh,
then turns
I was
into-
thinking more
Specifically
the
Laszlo.
bat
Yeah,
dick
yeah.
thing, and I didn't understand that.
It's Matt Berry. I love him.
in that funny voice. Yeah.
But he doesn't actually turn into a bat when he says that.
He turns into an owl.
Right now. you turn into a bear.
But
He just screams
I
the
just
word
climb
bat
on top
and
of
then
it.
walks away.
I just climb on top of the van as a bear.
Nestled in.
Christ. Oh,
He like punches the roof down to try to make like a little bed.
It's gotta be like an old broomstick.
I didn't even say anything.
oh my God. So
While this is happening,
yeah,
Elias has been looking up this shop and finding the
that
address.
was just what I was going to ask. I was like, what address are you guys going to?
Yeah.
So Isaac, you'll just do a Google search of Reuben Solomon. Actually, let me open up my. This is where I.
I don't think it is a Siri search because he's so hip and young.
Yeah. Hey Siri, search for Reuben Solomon.
Yeah. So a shop, something will pop up on your page there, and the main thing that you see is I think it's like a Yelp or ad or a Google page or something for a shop called Solomon's Antiquities and Curiosities.
That's got to be it.
And it just has an address in New Hope. It looks like it's kind of right off of the main street, like on River Road, right off into like a little, right at the edge of like all the action in a little, towards the edge of the, where the housing developments start, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's like right where normal houses begin and shops start, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so you have the address and you guys are heading on your way. Are you all taking the same car?
No, I'm taking my car.
Okay, you're taking your car. Okay, so you're hopped on
only
top
way.
of the van.
No, I am a bear.
Okay,
the,
okay.
the bear thing was a joke.
Okay.
I'm not going to say much, but I think a bear sleeping on a van as you drive might cause a
A
little,
little
bit
bit of
of
a-
This is Saturday night. It's normal. It's Pennsylvania. We
You
have
can
bears.
become a wolf and do the Teen Wolf thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just partial, and then I surf up top.
Jesus Christ. I veto that because it's too close to a werewolf. I don't like it. All right.
As we leave, I'll peel out ahead of them, and as I fly by, you hear a kiss from a rose.
Amazing. Oh, it's fantastic.
My power, my pleasure.
I love it. All
I
right.
go when they drive there. I go, where are we going?
I don't know.
No Hope?
No, there's no hope.
I remember in
What is this? Going to Star Wars?
many years ago, I see the movie with the laser swords.
That's right. Yeah.
And that was called Star Crash with David Hasselhoff.
No, it was called Star Trek with David Hasselhoff.
No, Star Crash is a real movie with David Hasselhoff.
Oh.
Directed actually by one of the guys who my character.
You just
named
broke
after.
character,
You
motherfucker.
kind of were like in and out there. I was like, I don't know what's happening.
The only thing that can bring it.
But no, of course I speak of the
He
Star
gets
Wars.
very serious, non-accented when he's talking about David
when I
Hasselhoff.
talk about Hasselhoff.
We don't joke about
I do
Hasselhoff.
Don't
not.
This
hassle
German's
him.
pride.
It's Germany's pride.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
But so are we going to the space? Is that where we're going?
And beyond.
To space and beyond? It's a long time
Follow
ago.
the car.
I followed the car. I have a GPS too. Probably better GPS than his Sirius.
Yours is the chat GPS. Of course it's better.
Is that the new thing that the kids are playing with?
They're not playing Pong as much as they used to.
Oh, is it Damn the kids.
I don't
I 100% think it takes you like 10 minutes to put anything into the GPS. Or like, let's see, the G.
Now we got to the P.
The phone it needs flesh, and his fingernails keep getting in the way.
Yeah.
He can't quite get to the sensor.
It's too long. You've got like
He's using the
all
tip of his
coat
nose.
fingernails.
I think it's just the tip of his nose to type.
I like how he's apparently so good at technology, but he can't figure out how to get around his fingernails for putting in the GPS. Thank you.
I've seen people with fingernails that are like 3 inches long, and I'm trying to watch them operate.
Like he doesn't
their
have like
phone.
a voice activated.
You do, but it never understands.
It never that's the problem. New Hopa. What?
We
Going
found
to
a
Bob
shop that
Hope.
sells new hula hoops for you at this location.
Well, that sounds fun, but not the one I want right now. And you know what? I follow the pretty one.
All right. Now, are you guys doing anything? Like we said, it was a 20-minute drive. You doing anything on the way using any
Tons
of
of
your
coke.
stuff? So much cocaine, obviously.
That's no fact.
Lots of hand stuff for
In the
driving.
back.
It's just a massive waste of money, really.
Just face down, coked out.
It's always snowing in the van.
But if you're not doing anything else that you wanted to mention,
Just that conversation.
just that conversation, you got it.
Wasn't that enough?
What more could you ask for?
What more can you ask for? So,
I think I do one thing.
yes.
I text Lillian.
Okay. And what do you say?
I'd like to see you.
Okay. So,
Booty call.
Oh, toads.
It's after
so
2.
a few moments later, probably like 30 seconds. It's not like immediately, but soon enough.
Does she have an iPhone too? Do I see the little dots come up? And
You
I'm,
do.
like, anxiously.
You see the little dots.
Yeah.
And then they disappear for a second. And then they come back. But
Just playing with it.
but then she writes back, "Fabulous, darling. When?
Tomorrow night.
Consider it a date. XO."
Okay, that's it.
Okay. She gives you an address. It's a place actually really close to where you're going to be going. It's across the bridge from New Hope in Lambertville, New Jersey, but it's just a home over there. So that is the address you have.
Okay.
Just keep in mind, she's a Jersey girl. That's
Yeah. Are we allowed to leave?
Well, she
Bucks
has
County?
multiple residences. Luckily, this is literally in walking distance. You're still okay, but you left Bucks County. You'll be fine. She's just staying at this. She'll be staying there tomorrow.
Okay.
Whether or not she has other residences. But yes, you have a arranged meeting with Lillian.
a rendezvous.
A rendezvous.
I'm sticking with booty call.
I forgot it was French when I said that. That was just a random.
Jesus Christ! All
A
right.
rendezvous.
So, okay, so all of you arrive. Elias, you get your text, you get your response back. And all of you slowly arrive into the little town of New Hope. Now, it's 2 a.m., but it's Saturday night in the summertime. So there's still surprisingly a decent amount of people walking around. I mean, bars are closing down, but it is a party town. It's a tourist town. There are still people out and about. So not a ton, but the ones that are, there's a good chance a fair amount of them may be inebriated to some degree.
Is this a Friday night or
Saturday night.
in the summer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Friday night's when they have fireworks, not Saturday.
Yeah, Friday night fireworks, but they wouldn't be doing it at 2 a.m. They would have
I
been
mean, they're
doing
party town.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? The rich people would have been like, I sleep and pay taxes. I don't want fireworks.
And that's all I do.
Yeah, that's all I do.
Two constants in life.
They don't
Yeah.
Sleep and taxes.
That's all I have to do. My life's so hard. So
They're not rich from paying taxes.
Says the IRS guy.
that was so perfect. So you're driving through the town. You know, the bars they're closing down. People are wandering around. There's some people on the bridge looking out onto the water.
You see Dart pushing them.
Starts fucking shoving their asses into the
I went
water.
from vampire to just a jerk.
Dickhead.
You didn't
shove.
There was, yeah, no, there was no transition there, buddy.
Kyle, you have to go. The rules are you have to go shove.
And the worst thing is they don't notice. He's just going down the line.
What's hitting me? I don't understand. It'd be funny if you were invisible.
Oh, nice.
So you drive through town and you get towards the end of where your destination is, and it's definitely less people down here. There's just a few meandering around, kind of walking through the neighborhoods to where they park their cars, where they could get parking, but it's pretty sparse. When you all pull up to the address, you notice that this is like a residential. This is essentially like a residential area. It must be one of those places where it's like it's residential, but it's maybe zoned that you can have a business front. But it kind of looks like a home that has a storefront now. And from the outside, just from what you guys can see from the street, it looks just like a little 2-level house. There's a little porch area. Beyond that, you see, it almost looks like a duplex. Like there's one area where it can go upstairs, but then there's the other area that looks like it's connected to the shop with a big glass window. There's a sign clearly saying closed, but the lights are out. It doesn't look like anybody is awake at this time, and the lights are certainly off on the inside of the business. That's what you see from the street.
I'm going to look for, is there an air conditioning unit?
There is. There's an air conditioning unit up on like the second floor in like a bedroom.
These all
Is
have
it
central
running?
air.
What is it?
They'd all have central air in this area. No one's putting a box
It's
unit in.
an old house. It's like the way upstairs, like maybe like
almost
an
like the
attic.
attic? Okay.
Yeah, like an attic space. Sorry, I wasn't clear
So
on
there's
that.
no air conditioning in the store.
If there is, it may be a central. I don't know. You can go around back.
Because even if it's central and it has just
Oh,
that big
like a
giant-
unit, like a unit.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
you meant like a box.
No,
okay.
no.
Yeah, there would be an air conditioning unit. Let's say the left side of the house, towards the back left.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to walk over to that. I'm going to look around, make sure nobody's there or wait until nobody's looking. And I'm just going to turn into my fog form and zoop inside.
Okay.
A fog form?
He used it
Were
in the
you
bar.
trying?
Did you? Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Were you trying to be stealthy when you approached the house?
Was Dart trying? Yeah, he's still.
All right.
Girls are stealthy and honeys.
Well, he was probably, a bat beforehand?
Oh,
Anyway.
yeah, I was a bat, so I would have just flippity flapped in there.
You were still
Yeah,
a
'cause
bat.
that's how I got there, yeah.
Okay.
Or whatever. I don't know what animal
No,
you
you're
picked,
right,
but
you're
I
right, I was
assume.
back.
Bat to fog.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to go inside the air conditioning unit?
Yeah, because that'll lead into the building. I'm just going to flow through the fog, come out the vents.
It's
and
got
be
a
in the building.
carbon filter. He's fucked.
You're getting so
backup
filtered. You're so
And
filtered.
I control the
He
unit
comes
from
out,
the
he's
phone.
split in two. There's a white version and a black version of him.
Okay. Jesus Christ, you goofy fuck.
He's
All
still
right.
not here.
So I'm trying to think of where the fuck this would lead out to. I'm just like thinking in my head.
I mean, it would technically lead to all the vents in the building, so I could, hypothetically, as long as there's a vent in the
Well,
shop.
what's the closest vent?
You know you can make
Back
this up.
left. So yeah. All right. So it would
No,
probably.
she's got the floor plans.
I know, that's my
She's scouted
I
these
do.
locations.
She actually has the blueprints.
I'm trying to think of what would make the most sense in my head in the floor
Don't
plan.
commit a crime, because if the cops go to your house and you have pictures and links to all of these things all over the area.
My internet searches have been real weird since I've been doing vampire planning. Let me just tell you guys, I'm already on the NSA database somewhere.
There's some really pissed off detective who's just like, I can't figure out what she's planning.
She's got links everywhere, and I swear to God, she can't even
Rosicrucians
get on the
are
Wi-Fi.
involved.
I can't
Oh
even find
God.
the Solomon's place.
Yeah, there's aliens. Oh jeez, King Solomon's related. There's vampires. It's a conspiracy. Ah. So okay, so Dart, you shift into smoke as you are very keen to do, and it's just like effortless for you, like a snap of the fingers. You drift smokily through what you think looks like the first exit of a vent, the first place that you could exit from. you feel yourself kind of like passing through the grate, and you materialize inside of what looks to be like an old shop. Most of the lamps are not on right now, but it's still dimly lit. There's a few like Tiffany-style mosaic glass lamps that are just kind of scattered about. Some of them are still on. So in fog form, you kind of just see that the walls in front of you are just kind of covered in different shelves. The walls to the left and to the right, so both sides of you are lined with different glass cases. There's all sorts of stuff on display. Rare coins, pocket watches. There's a little collection of what looks like vintage uranium glass, antique silverware sets, all these other little odds and ends and assortments. Behind the cases, there's shelves of just varying sizes and heights. Other display pieces are for sale that are around. There's old clocks, a few really ornately carved like wooden boxes and crystal music boxes and things like that. There's several interesting paintings, and even what appear to be a few really old like rapiers that are kind of just attached intermittently through the interior of this space. The central area of the shop is mainly just an open floor plan with a dark gray slate slab tiled floor leading to a glass enclosed front barrier at like the back of the shop. So where you came in, you kind of are drifting mistily in front of this glass kind of partition, kind of like what old school pawn shops might have. You smell what smells mostly just like extreme old age, old wood, dusty books, something stale and smoky, maybe old pipe tobacco and things of that nature. Definitely old aged leather. And then you see beyond that little glass partition, it looks like a set of stairs leading upstairs, which you would imagine maybe leads to either upstairs offices or some kind of living quarters. You see no one in the shop right now. It's just empty, and you're in the outside of the glass.
Okay. I'm going to drift over to the front door, and I'm checking to see if it's like something I can just unlock, and also I'm looking to see if there's any of those little, like, I don't even know how to describe them, those little panels that you know that if you open an alarm's going to go off.
I think it's called an alarm panel.
Is it really? I didn't know.
Yeah.
One moment, if you will.
You did.
Rolling.
Okay. Dart, give me another stealth or subterfuge. I'm not sure what this would be. Stealthterfuge. Yeah, give me a stealth. Give me another stealth. So dexterity and your stealth, please, if you would.
I'm good at this.
The target is
I don't have that one you
8.
can't read, right? Okay. Oh.
I think you got it.
No, I think
No,
you failed.
there's
two
a lot of
ones.
ones.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yep, that's a flub because I got one success and 2 ones.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to play anymore today. This is fine.
Dart, you notice as you're incorporeal, you're incorporeal, I should say. You're drifting over this tile. You're making your way towards the front, and you become aware. You hear like a mechanized like, and you turn around and you notice at the back of the shop there is a camera that is now trained on this weird smoke thing that is drifting through the shop.
I'm going to try to act as much like smoke as I can.
The lights turn on in the rest of the shop. It is now lit a little bit more brightly. It's still pretty dim in there. It's 2 a.m. And it's dark. It's dim in the best of times, but the lights turn on, and you hear over what sounds like a loudspeaker. It's like that feedback for a second. It's like, excuse me, is anyone there?
I'm not saying nothing.
Nobody here but us smoke.
I don't know that I can talk to you. You know what? I'm technically fog. I feel like I'm going to try to just naturally float out of the view of the camera.
It follows you. Wherever you go, this thing has the ability to turn and twist and watch. Wherever you drift...
And like it can go straight down if I go under it?
It can't go all the way down, but there's another camera across the way that you notice starts...
Dang, damn it.
Man, it sucks when the DM's smarter than you.
I don't remember all of these.
Oh, we got Ben's game next. You can read the shit.
I'm making notes.
That's going to be the dumbest game ever.
Screw it. I'm just going to drift back up into the AC then.
Okay, you drift out?
Yeah. You know what? No. Screw this. I'm drifting back into the AC and I'm going upstairs.
Okay. All right.
Find this human.
So you
Man,
go...
he's been in there for a while.
You think it looks like a light that turned on?
I don't think we even know. I don't think we even know he went
You
in.
go
would see the
back
light turn on.
into
Yes.
the
But we don't have
vent.
darts in there.
Sorry.
I'm sorry,
No,
you
go
guys.
ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. That was it.
You guys, it's probably only been, all this has probably only taken place in about a minute and a half. So it's very, very fast. You drift slowly back up into the vent. You hear whirring, but you don't know from where. And you just kind of follow what you assume is the upstairs. So there's a right turn directly up. You go until you see the next possible exit. And you kind of look mistily again through this grate. And you come out into what looks like the top of the steps where you just kind of saw leading up to. And there's like a long hallway and one door at the end of the hallway and one door on the left. The hallway, the door at the end of the hallway, you can see into. It looks like a small bathroom. There's a toilet. You can see a sink and there's a shower curtain.
Checks
to the
out.
side. Yeah, it's standard issue bathroom. And then you see a door to the left.
All right, I'm gonna try to like coast under the door on the left.
Okay, you coast under the door, no problem at all. There's no one inside.
Well, screw this, man.
Is that what you're planning on doing?
Yep.
I'm coming
that
for you.
wasn't a statement of anger. I was declaring my next
Does the
action.
fog also have a human wiener?
You know how most Frenchmen say "suck le bleu"? Kyle goes, "Suck my dick." I'm coming for you.
So what is this room that I'm in now?
This looks like it looks like a small bedroom, maybe just like a. I mean, it's nothing fancy. The bed is.
A bed?
It's folded still, so it doesn't look like anybody has fallen asleep in it yet today. But it's a lived-in space. You can smell the human on the sheets. It smells like, you can smell even too old man, that orange Listerine coming from the bathroom that like no one uses except for old dudes. There's the smell of
Sorry, that's just a very good description.
I'm just having to, that's my old man check. Is that when I switch over to orange Listerine,
When
you're
you
like,
switch to
"Fuck."
the original Listerine flavor that tastes like absolute ass, I'll know that you're officially the oldest man alive.
Now, what about like those Listerine strips though? I used to like the orange ones.
No, it's not. The funny thing is, there was an original amber-colored Listerine. I don't even think they make it anymore.
Is amber purple? Or no, that's like reddish.
Amber's like a reddish. It wasn't.
That's
It
what the
wasn't
mosquitoes were
the
in
orange
Jurassic
citrus
Park.
flavor. It was like medicine flavor. It smelled horrible. I think my dad still uses it. It's like terrible medicinal. But he might have made the switch to the blue stuff. But I would always be like, why are you using the Listerine that tastes so bad? And he's like, it cleans my teeth the best. So he's an old man. But it's true. There's no old man. I've only met ever old dudes who use that old original Listerine.
Because it's kind of like whiskey.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe
Is
it
it-
just like burns.
sits
It
on your
just
shelf
burns.
for years and
Years and years, it just gets better. Yeah.
So yeah,
Dart
it's
looks around.
there's a,
He has a little bit of respect for whoever owns this now because we use the same Listerine. And then I drift back.
yeah, he goes, thanks, sparkly white.
See, I'm torn between. I know what the smart thing here to do is, but I'm trying to decide what Dart would do, and I'm trying to decide if Dart is going to be mad enough that he's going to do something dumb, but I don't think he is in this scenario. So he's going to drift back out, and I'm going to go meet up with everybody and just report back and be like, the place is the security inside is high tech, I suppose. Is there anything? And he's going to turn directly to his Nosferatu friend and be like, "Is there anything you can do to hack in there or reverse the polarity, whatever it is
I
that
do
people
the
do?"
neutron flow, yes.
Okay, this would be perfect.
I try. Can you describe it to me where the security was?
There was 2 cameras and.
You guys now notice, just so you know, because you're close enough. Are you right outside of the house, parked where your cars are?
I feel like, yeah, at least.
There's a
down by the
camera that
cars,
you
so-
didn't notice that you walked past on the front porch is pointed directly at all of you and watching you all. You can see it's.
The lights are still on in the house.
The lights are still
Or
on in the
above.
shop.
Yeah.
I don't want to metagame this, but based on the past history of the way Leach has played his character, he would never park in front of the
that's fair.
location.
Well, yeah, the van would be.
Would you have?
Well, not only. I mean, the van would be probably.
Well, where then are you speaking?
Where is it?
Yeah.
Let me put it to you this way. Where is the where in relation to where are people in relation to this?
I feel like we would have parked a distance, but we would have been walking up to the house or the shop.
See, I don't
You-
think that.
I
well,
think
you
that's-
tell
He
me.
doesn't leave the van, so I'm
Oh,
trying to
true.
figure that out.
So if you guys, that was what I was.
Maybe we should reverse and see, be like, meanwhile, what was happening in the van?
Well, I'll ask you this:
don't- I don't
where?
wanna
I think the
metagame
camera
knowing
spotted
now.
us. I think we go with that. I like that.
But I would you guys have just meandered out and headed in the direction of the shop just to wait back, or would you still be outside of the car?
I would have
It
headed
depends.
towards the shop and then saw the lights come on and probably stayed outside of it where I was to see what was going on.
So I'm trying to put the timeline together, and I do apologize.
No,
but
it's okay.
we would have parked. I would have been with the Nosferatu. We would have been down the street a little bit. Ben's character would have gotten there first. I don't know where he would have parked in relation. Probably not thinking of
I wouldn't
hiding.
have parked right in front, but
No.
close-ish.
But if Dart flew, I don't know how soon you got there compared to when we got there. Were we already parked and you showed up, or are you faster because you flew and you would have gotten
If we're
there?
going by historically, I've gotten to every place first because I can fly without traffic or lights or anything.
So would you have gone in without us being there?
100% Dart would have went in first, yeah.
I think then again, not trying to metagame, I could see Dart getting out of the house, going just to maybe one house down, turning into his regular form and walking towards where he sees the van, where the camera still would have caught him at least.
I think he would have stayed in fog form until he found
Okay.
where you guys were.
That would have been up to you. I wouldn't know. I don't. But I like the camera catching us. I'm not trying to.
Well,
I don't
that's
want to
okay.
metagame
Where we're
this.
at.
So you guys are all on the street. Let's say
Let's say we're far
let's say you're on the street
half a
far
block.
far out of the. Okay,
I'm not out of the van.
okay, that's fine.
Okay.
So you are now human form again.
Or are you still?
Give me. I want. Is anybody? Just out of curiosity, because this still may change things. Is anybody looking around yourselves? Is anybody perceiving actively your environment?
I would have gotten out and done my typical go around stealthily and try to make sure that things were safe before even attempting to go in the house. I tend to go around the perimeter to make sure that I'm not going to get got.
Well,
But
if
in
you
this
went
theory,
around the
we're not-
perimeter, then you would have been spotted regardless.
You would tell me that.
Okay. So if
Would I roll stealth or anything like that, or just no matter what the camera will see me?
you can absolutely roll another stealth. But when timeline wise, I'm just trying to figure this out. So when is this taking place? When Dart was not around?
So that's what we're all trying to discuss.
Okay.
No one wants to metagame it because we want the story to be fun no matter what. But
It may not change. I just need to know where you guys are because
Yeah.
it may not. It may not change things if you understand what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, I
saying.
get you.
Yeah.
no, I think I would have. We probably wouldn't have waited for Dart because, frankly, he would have been an animal as far as I was concerned. I wouldn't have known that he went in, but
Okay.
he probably did all that before I got the courage to finally get out of the van and we decided to get a plan together and go. So I'm fine with I could even say I got out of the van as Dart approached the van, whether he was fog or not, and then the camera would have got
Okay.
us, and it would have been
Yes, I
game
think
over.
timeline-wise, based off of what we've done historically,
Yeah.
you would have parked farther away. I would have gotten there first anyway, so I would probably be back by the van at the time you guys are getting out. I think.
Now, if
and playing
Isaac,
it like nothing happened.
you are still just, and a real quick, as you walk towards Dart, you guys haven't even talked yet. Do a perception check for me if you're actively seeking the environment. I want you to at least have a roll.
Okay. Yeah, I would always do that. That's
Okay.
just perception, just perception.
Perception. I'm sorry. Perception and
Alertness, awareness. Probably not rolling.
awareness.
Okay. What's the number I'm looking for?
Give me 7.
Two successes.
Okay.
One.
So-
3 successes, 1 failure, so 2 total.
Okay. So as you meander down towards Dart, who you see kind of appear in front of you, you actually happen to notice there's a blinking red light on the telephone pole not far away from the house from this guy, and it looks like a camera.
Okay. I, not thinking anything's up, I stare at it, but I note it. Like I look at it dead on because I'm just like, that's odd, but not enough for I'd be like, oh, hide my face.
Yeah. And now, Dart, you show up, and you guys talked about. Sorry,
Yeah.
we backtracked a little bit there.
No, that's,
Yeah.
that's perfect. All right, then, same scene as before. I'm like, I was inside the building, but it appears there is some technology. They have a few cameras, the lights automatically turned on, and someone started talking as though they knew someone was inside.
Did they look like that? And I point to the camera.
Motherfucker. Is there like an anger roll?
You can, if you were really angry, I want you to give me a self-control roll.
Yeah,
if you're
I mean-
really angry.
Self-control.
Self-control.
Oh.
You already failed, bitch.
So I just roll.
You probably like 1 dice.
No, it's 3 at
Okay.
least. But
Now, I think, let's just say the difficulty is 6, the same as Ben's with his.
You got all 4s. You
So-
managed to get all 4s.
Did you fail?
I failed utterly.
Jesus
That
Christ.
camera's
Okay.
No
getting bat.
ones.
That camera's getting bat dick all
Oh, man.
There's gonna be some weird video going on.
All right. Hold on a second.
Cloud comes over. Oh fuck! And then just bat dick.
I mean, you would stop watching, or maybe you would actually be enthralled. I don't know.
Here's the thing. He's going to be distracted with all the rewinding and playing.
Okay. Hold on. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh Lord.
I'm gonna call it Batman. It's part bat, part human.
Does that bad have a human dick?
Does that bad me?
No, it's a human dick with a bat attached.
Oh, okay. Like they're growing a dick, like on South Park.
Okay.
It's like the rats in like the labs where they have the ear growing in the back of them.
Now,
Yeah.
Kyle, you are so angry that seemingly an old man, from all accounts, is just out smarting you in every turn and making you look like kind of a bitch. That,
That was necessary. That's exactly what you were thinking.
To be
this
fair, I
old
was,
man made me look
I
like
was
a
initially
bitch.
thinking you were a chicken because you walked away from the whole thing. So
He chased you out of that shop with the mere power of his voice.
no, his camera. He
You
looked
were
at
just
you.
like shaking with rage because you're just like, just fuck this. So you start to frenzy and you can feel yourself losing control. Do you want? I think you have to. I'm trying to remember if you have to use a blood point to save yourself, or if you go crazy first and then you can try to do it later. Again, I'm trying to find the rules and it's hard. Oh boy,
That's what she said.
that's what she said. Indeed. Ah! Sorry guys.
That's gonna be fun to hear later.
Sorry.
That's the sound that.
That's a sound of Dart makes when he's frenzying. Oh no, this is really bad.
Get to the chopper.
Yes, this is not good. What is happening?
Bonnie Ross.
It's not a tumor.
Those are my cookies.
Guys, I'm so bad at this. I'm trying to find mechanics controlling and resisting
I apologize,
314,
Arnold. I know you're one of our
315,
biggest fans. We should have-
Well, he's-
314, 314, 315. Son of a bitch. Sorry, guys. I'm like doing the longest pause ever. I don't know how I can't figure out how you beat how you solve frenzy other than using blood point. Or can you do willpower stops frenzying?
I thought you just frenzied till you're frenzied.
That's the question. How do I know when you're done fucking
What
frenzying?
is it?
when nothing's left standing.
How do you solve
I
the
speed
question?
away.
Just fucking Google it because I am angry.
Are you frenzied?
Wait, that's my sound.
Well, that's appropriate. I mentioned that as your frenzy.
Yeah.
Fried Laban.
I heard his bat make that noise when he just had red stuff coming out of it all the time.
Wait, what?
Characters frenzy are meant to sell us.
I thought you were talking about his dick, and I was like, wait, what's
That was
happening?
the comment.
Oh, I got it, I got
The
it.
bat
Blood.
jizzing blood. We're going all the way back around to like 10 o'clock today.
Full circle.
Continue. Ooh, I think I figured it out.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like how this is the only setting I can imagine in which it would be casual conversation to mention a bat dick ejaculating blood.
Jesus Christ.
And it being completely normal.
Completely normal.
Hey,
This
here's
is
a
a
plus
callback, really.
Where the fuck does people go? God bless the power of editing.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay.
It's all right. I never get tired of looking over and just seeing Ben be like, "What the fuck?"
I'm just
did I
thinking,
sign
like,
up for?
there was a glimmer of maybe one day my children listening to this. No,
Well, not the raw footage.
no longer.
All right. I still can't.
It's 5 turns. I frenzied for 5 turns because I completely failed my
That's what I thought.
self-control check.
Okay.
But I do target the source of the anger. So
Woohoo! Not me.
Phew.
Although I am the one who told him.
because this wasn't a blood frenzy, it's the target thing that pissed me off. So I'm going for that last camera I saw, and then for the remaining 4 turns, I'm destroying that shop.
Oh well, fuck you. You're near Philly, so they greased that pole.
Yeah. You're like one of those stupid ass squirrels trying to climb a bird feeder. Nice try, bitch.
So the Phillies are
Or just a
playing
Philly fan.
Same dip. I love them. I love Phillies.
I asked this because I like the visual, but I'm aware that it kind of also gets me out of trouble of frenzying as a vampire. So I'm legitimately asking.
Yes.
I feel like in this frenzy, he's just going to turn into a grizzly bear and go like ape shit as a grizzly bear. But then also, I feel like is that cheating because
No.
then people see a grizzly bear?
That's fine.
Yeah, but the camera would still have caught the transformation.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
That's fine. That's
Okay.
fine. So.
Also, you don't think that's going to raise any red flags in the
He's
middle
not
of...
thinking right now.
I mean,
No.
that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to
Yeah.
to get out of anything. I'm just saying, like, I feel like if Dart frenzies, he's going to turn into a grizzly bear and just destroy everything
Oh my
that
gosh.
pissed him off.
I speed
So
away.
Dart, you're standing there, you see the other camera, you just start to like your body just starts to quake of its own accord. You almost can't.
Could I have one quick pause?
Sure.
I need to look something up.
How to sedate grizzly bear.
Don't worry, I have it thanks. No, I don't.
Are you
Yeah.
looking at the invitation?
Yeah,
Okay, which one?
that's what I'm hunting for
Okay.
right now.
Ooh. This is fun. Ooh.
While you're
Honestly,
I don't think.
first
I think
level.
I sent him. Is it the first level?
First level would probably look at what it says in the first line. Are you on V20 or passion?
Yeah, I'll do the passion with blunting.
Okay.
He gets the camera, but before he moves to the shop, once I realize what's happened, I think that's when I'll do it.
Okay. So I'll say what happened first, and then I want you, Isaac, to do the roll for me,
Okay.
because you're also going to have to role play what you say
Sure.
to try to quell the beast. So, Dart, you just feel the rage of a grizzly. You're so angry. You feel so emasculated. The old 18th century sensibilities that you have of just like honor and the hunt and being the stealthiest, lone wolf out there was just shattered seemingly by just some pretty sad displays of being picked up on camera multiple times in smoke form.
Wow, all right, I get it. Move on.
You're frenzying. So this is your internal. This is your internal. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep smoking Kyle for like 20 minutes because it's really fun. I'm gonna punch you in the face. You're a douche. Just kidding. I love you. So you almost split up your clothes, just like rip in half. Yeah. You're just completely, and suddenly you're just like this roaring bear. You look up at the camera. You like trundle over like fucking I don't even know what's the bear that puts out forest fires.
Smokey the Bear.
Smokey the Bear, just on
Not
meth.
Yogi, no, very different.
And you meth style fucking crawl up there, like tearing and biting with your fangs and just ripping apart the camera. It's just, there's sparks flying. You roared pretty loudly. We'll say we got one turn, Mike, and bears
at
can
least
climb
did one or two, no problem.
fast. Yeah. So I feel like Dwight. Bears can go very quickly.
Wrong. Black bear.
Black bears are best. So you hear a scream from like down the road. You see like two people that looked like they were arm in arm walking up the street, like, I don't know, a half football field away, but they see sparking and flying and they see a bear. They just heard roar and they see it up a pole tearing apart a fucking, I don't even know, something electrical up there. You hear them scream. Isaac, I want you to give me a roll and tell me what you do after you see this happen. It is.
Boo boo.
So it says the character talks to her victim and the vampire's player rolls charisma and empathy. And the difficulty is equal to the victim, that is you, Dart, humanity, the victim's humanity rating. So what is your humanity?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so you have a 5. All right, so that is your difficulty.
What is this ability that you're using?
Dementation.
Dementation.
Basically, I can fuck people with my eyes.
Oh.
I don't know if that's.
I don't
That is
what we need
an
right
unusual
now.
explanation for that ability.
Loves bears.
Is this going to soothe the bear, or is it going to make things worse?
As soon as he went bear, it's like
It's a Malkavian thing. You can actually focus in the mind of others some kind of either psychosis or sometimes like visual. I think you can make people hallucinate.
There's a
you
lot
can
of
do
different levels.
Emotional.
At the end of the day, I can make them go psychotic completely, and that ties in with the way my character likes to feed and things like that. But for this level, it's passion, I think was the level that I was going for. Basically,
Yes.
I can, if I feel like being a dick, I can flame his fan and make him go into a heavier craze, or I can kind of douse the flame a little bit and try to bring him back down.
So Mike's like, get him.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't quite decided.
All right. So give me a roll.
Oh yeah, I mean your original thing was to toss the place anyway, right?
No, mine never was to toss it. It was to
Hey,
get that
now we got a
early.
good excuse. There was a random bear
Bear.
there.
I'm gonna be a hero.
Brave man.
so
saved
sorry,
us
it
from
was-
that bear attack.
It was empathy and which?
Empathy and charisma.
Okay.
Let's see how slick you are talking to a rabies bear. You smell what smells mostly just like extreme old age, old wood, dusty books, something stale and smoky, maybe old pipe tobacco and things of that nature. Definitely old aged leather.
Shit, I think you just described how Dart actually smells.
Maybe, I might have.